Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU. In this video, I'd like to talk about the 2022 Polynesian Bowl featuring 2 Miami signees and 2 Miami targets. The game was taking place in Honolulu, Hawaii, featured over 40 4-star prospects and 5 5-star guys as well. Team Mackay won 17-3 over Team Malka, which featured both Miami signees. Let's get right into it. My thoughts on watching this game and maybe a little bit about how these guys looked and how it's going to transform into college. The first player I'd like to talk about is Cyrus Moss. He's considered the 6th best edge rusher in the country, according to the latest rankings just released by 24/7 Sports, who also rated him as the 55th overall best player, which makes him the highest rated recruit in the Miami class currently at this time. So in the game, things that I noticed that stood out to me with Cyrus was he played that right end spot, stood up quite a bit, and which doesn't surprise me because remember, this is a guy that's a former safety who eventually moved to linebacker and then into this edge rushing spot on the line. And with his athleticism and his speed, I think whoever Miami's defensive coordinator will be, I think they'll definitely use him in this spot because this is where I believe he is best suited for. So in the game, he was coming off the edge quite a bit. He did a good job of going wide with his speed, and his athleticism was on display and really clear to see, which is exactly what you want to see. I didn't record him with the tackle in the game. However, he did get to the quarterback. There was one time I thought maybe he could have had a sack, but the quarterback just threw it away just in time. But it was just good to see Cyrus's speed on the edge. Again, he's going against really good offensive linemen in this game, but he was able to show that speed, that quality that a lot of coaches are excited about, a lot of fans should be excited about. And I know certainly reporters have noted quite a bit with Cyrus's game. So again, it was good to see him out on the field, moving around well, and did a good job there. I know he was really disappointed that he wasn't able to participate in the All-American Bowl when he made his announcement to Miami. So it was just good for him to get out there, play in the Polynesian Bowl, and get some experience and get some top-level guys before he arrives at Miami. The other Miami signee who played in the game was Jaleel Skinner. He's considered the 4th best tight end in the country, the number 99 overall player, which makes Moss and Skinner 2 of Miami's 3 best, highest rated recruits in the class. Jaleel had a really good game. I was really impressed with what they were able to do with him, and a lot of the things that I saw in this game, I believe that he could do at Miami. So even though his team came up short, and he also played for Team Malka on Cyrus's team, and, Jaleel caught a 40-yard pass, which got, Team Malka into the red zone. On the very next play, he stayed in the game and caught a 14-yard pass. So they get inside the 10 there, and they had to settle for a field goal, but certainly Jaleel sparked that drive with the 2 big plays, the 2 big catches. So what he was doing on both of those plays where he was set up on the formation, out wide as a wide receiver, both from the left side, out wide, and he was able to, on the short pass, he was able to get to the middle, kind of find a spot in the defense and get that catch there. And then on the big play, what he was able to do is he basically took his route all the way from the left side of the field, all the way to the right side, near the sideline when he hauled in the pass. So for him to be able to do that, and certainly the offensive line did a good job on protection on that play, and the quarterback, gave Skinner time to get loose there, but Skinner showed his speed downfield and his ability to get open and certainly securing the catch. He had one-on-one coverage there, but he did a really good job with separation and extending the play there to allow his quarterback to throw the ball deep downfield. Again, he was able to make that 40-yard catch. So he finished the day with 2 catches, 54 yards, very productive day. Those are really good numbers in an all-star game like this where they rotate a lot of players in. But Skinner was out there from the beginning and quite a bit, quite often, almost, I would probably say more than at tight end. He was lined up as a wide receiver. He's a guy that's 6'4", 6'5", considered a tight end, but he's got that wide receiver build. It's going to be very interesting how Miami will use him in the offense because clearly you saw it in the game. I saw it there where you could move him around. He did play some tight end, and I thought he did a good job getting open when he was at the tight end spot. There were times he ran short out passes from that tight end spot. He did some blocking as well, but just the ability to show his versatility in the offense, run different routes, get downfield, and play that wide receiver spot, I thought was big for him because, again, to do it against this talent was impressive. This is a guy that played at IMG, originally from South Carolina, so he's played against some good guys, some good players in high school, especially on his own team. But for him to do it in the All-Star game, I thought that was big. Another guy that wasn't able to participate in the last All-Star game. So he was able to go out and perform, have a big game here, and really impress. And I will have video highlights of Jaleel on the channel in the next few days. I definitely have those. I want to show you guys exactly what I saw in case you didn't see the game. It was a late night game, so I don't know if everybody got a chance to see it. That's why I want to provide my thoughts on this game and also provide some highlights of Jaleel in particular because of those big plays. The next two players I'd like to talk about are high Miami targets, and they're both on the offensive line, and one played on Team Malca, and that was Josh Conerly Jr. Let's talk about him first. He's considered the #1 offensive tackle in the country, the #8 overall player. Certainly this would be a big get for Miami. He's a guy out of Washington. And for people that don't know about his recruitment, certainly a high-profile guy, as a 5-star recruit, but he's not going to make his decision until March. He's a guy that plays basketball, and he's just drawing out this process a little bit to make sure he makes the right choice. Good news for Miami is he is going to take an official visit to UM over this upcoming weekend. So anytime you get a guy on campus, that's certainly a positive. So in the game, Josh played right tackle. He didn't get to play the whole game. He kind of got banged up a little bit, which took him out of some snaps, but he played right tackle. I thought he had some good moments where he really showed his athleticism and his agility, certainly going against some good defensive linemen, but he did a good job with his hand placement most of the time. Certainly there were some reps there where I thought that the defender got by him a little bit, but overall you can see his athleticism, and I thought he had a pretty good game for the most part. And again, he looked good. You can understand why he's so highly regarded. And certainly his recruitment's going to be interesting. There are other big-time schools on him as well. And definitely stay locked into InsideTheU.com for more updates on Josh and if he's really going to end up at Miami. One thing we've learned with Mario Cristobal as head coach is there's guys that you didn't think were on the table that were even in play. And not only are they in play, but they're legitimately interested in Miami. And I think Josh is definitely interested in Miami. Once again, certainly other teams are involved. But we'll see how things play out with Josh and his recruitment moving forward. Just have to stay patient a little bit more than with other players, with signing day just around the corner. And the last player I'd like to talk about is offensive lineman Dave Iuli. He played left guard in the game for Team Mackay. He got the start there. He's considered the 18th best interior offensive line by 24/7 Sports, another highly regarded recruit, a 4-star prospect. For people that don't know about his recruitment, he is uncommitted at this time. He was previously committed to Mario Cristobal at Oregon, but when Cristobal left, Iuli started looking around. Miami is definitely a school that he's interested in. Keep your eye on USC as well. But a lot of people are excited about what Iuli can bring to the table as a guy that has good strength. He's about 6'4", well over 300 pounds, anywhere from 315 to 325. Once again, in the game, he played left guard. I thought he did a good job. He was physical up front. He's a guy that, to me, has good upper body strength. He's still working on being a strong overall player, but there's a lot to like about him. I like his tenacity from watching him during the game. He's certainly a guy that seems really passionate about the game of football, and certainly I know he's very interested in Miami, and some people are considering him to be one of Miami's next offensive linemen in this class. So definitely it was good to see Dave in action against top competition, against really good defensive linemen. So watching Josh and Dave, you can understand why Coach Cristobal and his staff want to add these two guys to the recruiting class. There's a lot of other guys that they're definitely interested in. It's going to be a big official visit weekend, the final weekend before signing period opens up on that signing day, that first week of February. So definitely stay locked in. Once again, I will have highlights on Jaleel Skinner. If you'd like to see some clips of these other guys, definitely let me know. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think about these 4 players? What do you think about Skinner at the next level, as well as Cyrus Moss? And do you think Miami's got a legitimate chance of landing the top offensive tackle in the country in Josh Conerly Jr.? And then Dave Iuli, where does he fit in? How do you like him as well? Do you think he's actually going to pick Miami, essentially follow Cristobal to the University of Miami after being committed to him to Oregon? Definitely drop in the comments below. I want to thank everybody for watching, and take care.